What time is it? You know, it's time to grow. Now, this video is all about what to do when you start a new job. Yeah. Now, right, not everything in this video is going to apply to everyone because jobs can range from different things, from office job to retail, from full-time to part-time, from like temporary job to permanent job, contract job, 0-hour contract, and you've got all different industries. You could do construction, etc, etc, etc. So but I'm just gonna try and do this broad thing. Yeah, right. So what you do when you start a new job, right? So you've got the job now. So whether you've been poached for the job or you've gone to an interview, yeah, you've had to jump a lot of hurdles, whatever. These people have selected you to do a job. Now, what you must do, okay, this is not in a particular order, but I think one of the most important things to do when you start a new job is ask so many questions. Whether it's your line manager, colleagues, yeah, you need to be asking so many questions until you understand the job inside out at the earliest convenience. The earliest convenience. Yeah. Many reasons for this. But obviously you want to learn the job fast, you want to impress, but also, yeah, down the line, sometimes down the line where you're expected to do something and you should know and you don't know. Oh, but you've been in this job for 3 months. Oh, but you've been in this job for 6 months. You need to know everything at the earliest convenience. Yeah. You also need to know, right? I'm trying to make this as positive as possible, but from certain experiences, I feel that it's my duty to tell you the realness. Understand that not all managers are good managers. Not all managers are good managers. So if you feel like your manager is asking, you to do things that is not in your job description, and I don't really like that example because it depends on the kind of setting in it, because there is you trying to take part into the culture of the organization and trying to, not fit in, but to try and work towards a common goal. But then there's managers taking the mickey out of you. So, yeah. And also, not even us, but separate from asking you to do things, not giving you the right training, not giving you the right time. And I want to be careful here because there's a thin line, because obviously it depends on what job you get in it. So if you're a young guy, yeah, or girl, and this is your first job and you don't have any experience of working, and you're asking your manager lots of questions and your manager seems like they don't have time for you and not signposting you where, if they don't have time for you, you can get the extra information, then that is bad. Like, you start a new job, yeah, you need to, you don't have experience in the field, whereas obviously if you've gone into a job where they've selected you because you're experienced and because you may have transferable skills, or because you've got certain qualifications, or you should know certain things, then obviously I've got to be careful with this advice, because if before you started the job there was an expectation, a clear expectation that was set out to you that you need to be able to X, Y, Z, then obviously, you need to display that initiative and that experience, etc. But if you're new to the field, right? If you're new to the field and you haven't got support from your manager, you need to, like, obviously some people are introverts, some are extroverts, some people are more timid than others, but you need to be able to speak up and say to your manager, look, I don't understand this, or I think I need to run through this again. All these things are best at the earliest convenience. Trust me, down the line, if your management team are trying to talk to you about performance, down the line, and then you rightfully say, but you didn't train me enough on this, you didn't speak to, or you kept changing, like the management team, my line manager kept changing, there was no consistency. They're gonna say to you, why didn't you bring this up earlier? There's gonna be a blanket, that's gonna be the blanket answer if you tried to bring up things from the past. So you need to say these things. Also, save emails, save all emails. So obviously it depends what job you do. You might not be in a job where you have access to company email, but save all correspondence, whether it's your contract, letter, or electronic form, any emails from your line manager, any training stuff. Obviously, listen, I'm not trying to enforce the victim mentality. Like, if you've been selected out of 100 people that apply for a job, you need to perform. There's no question about that. You need to perform. But you need to, at the beginning, you need to feel out the place. There's going to be a certain, it's not only company cultures, there's cultures within teams. Trust me, you can work for an amazing organization, but the team you're placed in doesn't have a great setup, doesn't have a great manager, or even even the senior manager. So you could be in an organization, and in that particular, directorate or group, or like for example, if you're in retail, that area manager, there might be a culture that's not great, and that might affect you. It might affect your working life. It might affect your performance, and then it will affect you down the line. So when you start a new job, you need to make sure you know everything. Also, another thing, this is so important. People in jobs have bad habits, and if you've got 3 colleagues that are saying, okay, but you're saying the procedures say this, and I shouldn't really be doing that, but you got 3 colleagues that are telling you, oh no, that's cool. No. You stick to the rules. Let people tell you, look, whatever your name is, Bob. Bob is so by the book, man. I can't believe it. It doesn't matter. Or your colleagues are using the internet for personal use. It doesn't matter. You follow, and also you're on probation as well. So you remember, in probation, they could, your company can get rid of you. But you need to just make sure you read up on, obviously some companies have a handbook or whatever, and some rules, procedures, guidance. I'm not telling you to read all that. That will take you too long. It will do your brains in. You also won't retain the information. It will be an information overload. But what you do need to know is how to quickly access it. So go through these procedures and handbooks and whatever, and just go through the titles. Say, okay, they got a section on this. Oh, if I need to know about this in detail more, I can read it. Or where's this kept? Where on the intranet is this kept? Where's the company handbook kept in this store, for example? Or you might be working for a retail store. You're doing they done a bulk recruitment, and in your training, they done a regional training. In your training, they're saying, okay, all stores must have this. For whatever, just say you work for a company and there's something called a blue book, like a blue book manual that all stores should have, and then you go into your store and let your store don't have that, and there's a section that's supposed to help new starters, for example. You need to be on your manager, no, we need the blue book in this store, you know what I'm saying? So protect yourself. That's when you start a new job, protect yourself. And I really don't want to it to be the whole video to be negative, but that bit has to be first. Is protect yourself. Yeah, learn about the. So you've learned about the company, like I'm hoping so, before you got the job. Yeah, but you learn about the company even more. The learning never stops. Yeah, like have conversations with your line manager early. Just like never think questions are stupid, and don't leave questions down the line. The more longer you leave questions, the more you hesitate. And me saying ask questions might seem like such a basic thing, but it's so important. Like, it's so important. It like trust me. Now, I think so. Like, speak to your manager about certain things. Ask questions. Know what the security procedures, health and safety. Know where you can access things. Have all that protection. Yeah. Like, know that you're protected. Know where you can go if you've got any. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you think that the manager, like, always show you like chain of command. Yeah. Know your manager is your first point of call. Yeah. Know that. Have that respect for your manager, but also don't hesitate to go above your manager's head if you think your manager is not helping you. All right, now let's just go on to some positive things before I close this video. So obviously, when you start a new job, you're out there to impress. First impressions count. You want to show your enthusiasm. You know, your what's the word I'm looking for? Your initiative. Yeah, and it depends, obviously, like, because I'm doing this video like just broad about your job. Yeah, your job. You could be in a job where, you know, literally you're working in a supermarket on the tills and all you're doing is scanning across things. Obviously, yeah, you need to know the procedures and know what to do when certain things happen, but there's little initiative you can show. Like, obviously you might want to progress within that company, so you might say to your line manager, okay, like, I think I'm mastered the tills. Is there any room for me to, yeah, like progress and learn this area? So you might want to progress to a management position in the supermarket, for example. So you might want to learn other areas so that when you do progress, like, at least you've worked in other areas. But generally speaking, obviously that job, generally people might be there for a short period of time, working part-time while they're studying or whatever. But obviously depends on the role you're in. You know, you might be in a government policy role. You might be in a retail store manager role. Yeah, you might be working in a law firm for the first time in your life. Do you understand? You need to show your, like, you need to show your initiative. You need to show your drive and determination, and show that, yes, you've chose the right person for the job. So continuous learning. Yeah. Don't burn yourself out, but don't be afraid to work more hours. And now there's a whole time management thing here, so I've got to be careful, and I'm going to do a video about that. Don't burn yourself out and work too much hours, but don't be afraid to put in them extra hours to make sure your performance is top notch, or to make sure you've done enough research and reading to help you progress, because it's your life. Yeah, like on this Grow channel, we want to grow. So I hope, and I'm not against you if you're not, but I hope most people watching this channel, whatever job you're in now, your intention is to go higher. So if you perform the best in your job, yeah, and then, for example, you receive awards or you get like amazing references in the future, this is you helping yourself. Yeah, you're working for someone else's organization to help their dream, but also, you know, you're getting that, because obviously we're in the day and age of LinkedIn and stuff like that now, and people could endorse your skills, and people could write reviews on your LinkedIn. So, you know, so you need to impress from day one to the end. But the beginning is more important. The beginning is more important, because first impressions count, and that can set you off in the right way. So make sure you protect yourself first. Make sure you ask lots of questions. Make sure you know the procedures. Yeah, whatever level of scale of job you are, whether you're in a leadership position or whatever, just make sure, you know, you're nice. You know, you know what's what about everything. Yeah. And also as well, I'm dipping into a bit of the negative again, but you have lots of chatterboxes where, yeah, don't work with don't do any projects with him. Yeah, he's, he's this, he's that. You, like, if you're not new to this job market, you started a new job and people talk about that person. Yeah. Like, take the information in. But when you first interact with that person I'm talking about, approach it with an open mind. I'm not going to prejudge this person. Yeah, Timothy said that about John, but I'm going to approach John with an open mind. He's probably right, but no, let me approach him, because that person just might, like, Timothy could be a negative person. And then also you got to be careful of Timothy, because if he's talking about other people, or what they're going to say about you, but down the line. But yeah, but to end on a high note, when you start a new job, make sure, so apart from protecting yourself, make sure you go out to impress. Remember, every job you do is preparation for the next job. So all these promotions you get, all these good references you get, all these awards that you can win and have the certificate for, all these good reviews on LinkedIn, and all this word of mouth, all that goes in your favor. Yeah, you might be in a job now that is not the job you want to do. Yeah, many people, the majority of the people in this country, in the world, are in jobs they don't want to do. They're in there because they need to feed their family or they need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, some singers, some footballers, movie stars, they're in a job that they enjoy. They're not, obviously they're doing it for money, but they do it because they love it as well. Yeah. But please, yeah, if you want to grow, you need to embrace the job that you have now. Even if it's that small little job that you're doing part-time, yeah, you need to just perform and excel. Yeah, it will do you wonders in the future. But just make sure you protect yourself. Remember, you're on probation when you start a new job. Like, just protect yourself. Like, ask questions. If something don't seem right to your brain, you have the right to challenge it. Not challenge it in an aggressive way, but just bring up the dialogue, yeah? Because down the line, it could be sticky. Trust me. I've lived long enough, I've seen enough, and I've experienced enough to know that things are not always as rosy as you think in the beginning. If you want me to go deeper on anything I've said today, comment below. If you have any other comments, like whether you agree or disagree with anything I've said, comment below. I'm happy to hear everything. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any suggestions for any videos, lots more videos are coming thick and fast. But if you've got any suggestions for videos that you want to see, comment that below as well. That's it from myself. Catch me on the next video. And please remember to continuously grow.